Hello everybody, good morning. Here is now morning. Welcome to this fourth video of our 21-day video recording challenge. So as I looked through the way this series go, I decided to do some structure to my videos and to try to do, it's like challenge in the challenge. I'm trying to record my life story in this one single video. Maybe it will happen that we made two videos of 20 minutes, but we'll see. We'll try to squeeze in 20 minutes, but we are perfectly okay to make like 40 minutes, two series 2020. So yes, maybe it sounded that like this my period of time of growing up was bad to somebody because of this some bad experiences, but this is like just little dots on my in my life. Actually, I was very happy kid, and let's start. Let's try to make some story of it. So first part of my life was this kindergarten, and for long part of my life this I considered like the most happy place in my life. And I was returning to this kindergarten long after I left it. Like I was coming to drink there with my buddies. I was taking my girlfriends for the first dates in this kindergarten. It was beautiful kindergarten on the hill, in the nature, you know, a lot of green around. So yeah, and after kindergarten I went to the prime school. And my prime school, it's separated in two parts. The first part is like first, let's say, 6th grades. In this part I was like very good student, with good grades. I was doing a lot of sports. I was training karate for first 5 or 6 years, and then I started to training the handball, and this handball become really like I really enjoyed it, so I quit karate and like focused on handball. And I was very good in handball, and I'm left-handed, so it's like they're always welcome to this kind of sports. And I was in very good body shape, you know. Even when I was 12-13 years, I was already the same height, size, and I even had like much more kilos in muscles, you know. I was like in top shape. And but also this part of my life was I was met with many bad boys. I would not say I was like bullied a lot, like there was some kids that people were bullying much more than me, but I also had this kind of experiences. I'm walking to, you know, to school, and then this guy coming and asking me for money or something, and I must give it to him because he's scary, you know, and I'm giving my money for food to him, you know. And I had this kind of experience. I don't know, he's stealing my marbles or something like that. But it was never nice experience when this kind of guy is in front of you, you know, and he's making you scared of him so he can get something from you. And then around 6th grade, somewhere in the middle, I was walking in my neighborhood, and I saw these 2-3 guys are doing something with the box for the ice cream, and they're calling, come, help, and I'm coming, and they just hold this, and I'm like holding this, it's locked, and I'm holding the the door so the other guy can put hand inside and steal ice cream. So, and here we are like take this one for you, this one for you, this one for you. Then we are running like, you know, crazy like crazy on the other side of the road, and in some uh, small passage where we are in the private place, nobody see us. And one of these guys, there were like two or three, I don't remember, but I remember this one guy because this one guy was Igor. We become the best friends. And Igor had like similar situation at home like me, you know, like he was there was like, let's call it war zone at home. And he as me was preferring to not be in this place. So my escaping through computers become escaping with Igor doing crazy stuff with life. So we really connected in very deep level, and we started to explore life to the fullest. This is like these 13 years I was telling you about. And we start to skipping the school a lot, so like 7th and 8th grade, last 2 years, which is like most important actually for continuation of scholarship, of education. I practically was not in school at all, maybe just 10-20%. All the time I was with Igor, running around the city, exploring stuff. We were going to swimming pool a lot. All summer we are at swimming pool. All winter we were, what's the name? You know, skating on ice. Yeah, I'll find this word. We were on ice, you know. And also we were going a lot of to these clubs. Back then in our time there was like these clubs where you have like video games, like there was like small joystick and two buttons, and you were and flippers, you know, flippers. I don't know, the maybe English word is different. I don't know, I don't remember, but you know, there's a small metal ball going tung 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 tung, and you are like navigating to hit some stuff that is important. And also, you know, like pool, yeah, a lot of funny stuff, let's call it this way. And in this period I very soon also learned about women's. I was like my first I lost my virginity when I was 13, you know, like I met this crazy girl. She was 16, I was 13, and we had like crazy time. But I'll talk about girls a bit later. They are also like one of my biggest lessons in my life I learned through the relationships with the girls. But Igor and me, we learned about these new parties in our life. Like first of all there was like home parties, you go dance there, you know, also these girls dancing with girls and this kind of stuff. And then we learned about school parties, and then we learned about disco clubs. We were start to go into disco clubs very early. There was like this disco for the kids from 4 p.m. till first 8 p.m. Then we start to go till 10 p.m. And at that young age we already explored the whole city, you know, we were everywhere. And we start to dance in these disco clubs. There was like break dance. We become famous. Girls loved us a lot, and there was like very very crazy time, you know. At this beginning I was not drinking alcohol, nothing. I just go to disco club, dancing all day because it was not night, it was day. Dancing like 4 hours, just dancing, meeting people, going to the toilet to drink water. It was pure joy, you know. And we were very very famous. When you enjoy your life to the fullest, then everybody is coming to you, you know. That's also something to remember about the life. And and I met a lot of girls in this time as well, you know, like many girls loved us a lot. Almost every night I coming with other girl to home, you know, and crazy time. And but also, like, how we become very famous over the night, you know. Fame can hit you to the head, you know. It's like, no, not like hitting, we become like, oh, we are something special. It's not like this. It's more like we want more exploration, more new stuff, you know. And little by little we came to drugs. And it was also at that time there was a war in our country, so not just our parents, most of parents were like completely distracted with this situation and everything. And it was much easier for our kids to be a lot of time on the street, you know, and the parents not even noticed that what's going on with their kids. So drugs, yeah. And these drugs was I first met this ecstasy was like, this drug is like open some special door, you know, about understanding of the life and the consciousness, because in one moment you are like this, and second moment you are completely different, you know, like you are flying, and everything changed, you know. The whole perspective is changed in my life in 1 minute. So it become like something that's very interesting for me, and I started to explore this more and more. But this end up, you know, there was like this path for me was like, as I will not go in details there, but I went all the way, so I end up on heroin and all these crazy stories. Heroin is like the worst drug ever, because it gives you false feeling of everything is okay. That's the biggest trap in this drug, and it can be very, it is very addictive. But this story with drugs and addiction followed me from my, let's say, 16 years to my 30 years of age. It's not that I was all the time in addiction. It's more like this, was like this. I was like 2-3 years completely in it, then I withdraw, and then I like 2-3 years stubborn. In that period I also met one beautiful girl. I was falling in love, I was engaged with her, but then I lost my job, I lost her, and then I returned, and it was like this one loop of it until my age of around 30 years, when I met my ex-wife, and that time my future wife, Doriana. And I fall in love so much to her. It was like, oh my god, this is it. And she fell in love with me as well, and it was like love on the first sight from both sides. Like as soon as we see each other, it was it. And on the first date I sit her down and told her, listen, this is my story. At this moment I'm addicted to these tablets that I used to take to withdraw from drugs. Now I'm addicted to these tablets. It's called methadone. And I was very on huge dose. Like 2 times bigger than it's allowed actually. It's a dosage when even society or psychiatry, everything is just give up from you. They say like you are on sustaining. And I told her, this is my story, and I really like you. I'm in love with you with all my heart, and I'm gonna quit this. That is my promise. If you are interested, I just want you to know everything about me. And I told her all my story, everything, like this is it, this is who I am. If you are willing to accept me, then. And she's like, just came, we start to kiss, and this was it. I quit my job. I was working back then. Even I was in this kind of state, I was working. And this is like these computers I was telling you about, because I am one of the biggest expert in computers, because it was my biggest passion. And even in the catastrophical state of mind and body and everything, a completely addictive state, I was able to work this computer, because it's magic, you know. You know, it's like artist drawing picture. It doesn't matter if he is in this or that. He can draw the picture, or some singing artist, you know. He come to the concert and he sing. That was computer for me. So they saved my life, because it still give me like some structure in my life, because even if I was in this state, I was still having little bit of structure and safety. I was working, earning some money, you know. But then I decide I'm going to quit. So before I quit, I went to the bank and I took the biggest loan of money I can take. Then I went to my boss. It was also a very good friend of mine, and I told him I need to quit. I give him some reason. I didn't tell the complete truth, but a glimpse of it. And then I quit, and then I rent the one apartment with my wife, and I locked myself in this apartment, and I was there for 1 whole year. I was not going out, just few times. And she was all the time supporting me on this way. We were there together. She was doing shopping, cooking, everything, and I was doing withdrawing because these tablets are like much more addictive than the real drugs. They are more synthetic. The more synthetic something is, it's more addictive. And this 1 year was like 1 year of hell, and also beautiness, because there was this big love that was the same all the time with me and my wife, but there was also big pain in my body, and I almost didn't sleep at all for 1 year. I was just sometime like falling in like few minutes, then I wake up, because this feeling of withdrawing was all the time here with me. With Day it was much easier. I was talking with her, and you know, we were doing stuff, watching movies and stuff like that. But at night when she fall asleep, and then this shaking starting and this anxiety and everything, I was alone. And this is going to be the ending of first part of 20 minute part. We're gonna make second part as well, and I just want to say I managed to do it. And yeah, we're going to continue. There is no time to anything start now, but tell me, how do you like this story? Do you think the impossible is possible? Because everybody give up on me, you know. My parents never give up on me. My parents never. But society did. And this love can always set us free. talk to you next one.